I do quite a lot of things. I do banking, I do photography, and I've always been a bit enterprising. I've always liked or wanted to do something that I can walk past and say, look, that's my structure, or I put that over there. But with the way the Nigerian economy is and with the way things are in Nigeria, it's incredibly difficult, to put a structure down. I always envy people. I've envied my dad. He's built a couple of houses, and I look at the structure and I'm like, Dad, how did you, put these structures up, like every day going there, dealing with all the stuff that has to do with, construction and stuff. And I schooled outside Nigeria, and I'd seen structures like this, utilized before. And I was thinking, maybe this could work in Nigeria, but of course, what will stop us is, the weather conditions and, working with a metal box in a hot climate like we have, so that's just kind of like put me off the idea. But I saw it work once in Lagos, and I thought, oh, this can actually work. I can actually go ahead and actually do this. This really started in 2015. I got back into Nigeria after about 10 years out in 2013. So I came back in, and of course, everyone was looking for a hustle or something to do. And of course, real estate, the way it is in Lagos, there's a lack of good real estate. Of course, people are traveling from all sorts of places to get to work and stuff. Like, there has to be a solution here. There has to be something else that we can put within this space to make things easier. Now, schooling outside Nigeria, our student accommodations were made with container buildings. So we had already seen this, I'd already lived in one and seen it already and seen it work. But of course, the science behind it, I didn't know anything about that. So for me, that was where the curiosity started. Like, this has been done outside Nigeria. How can I implement this in my own country, in my own state, within my own neighborhood, and see how I can solve this, this problem of, lack of property or lack of space, and how can we utilize even the little space that we have and use that, commercially or, residentially. So that's basically how we started, the process. You see, the thing about it is that when you're doing this, you're still going to have to do this. There's still that element of, I need to get land. You need to invest in that part of it. We do help our clients, source land and places where they can place their structures. So if you wanted a structure like this, or you want an accommodation, self-contained, and you don't have land, we would help you source land to place it. Oh, I want to live in Ikeja because I work in Maryland and I don't want to travel too far. We will help you source land within Ikeja where you can place one of these units. So the idea about it is that these units here can be they are mobile, number one. Number two, we can help you source land. That is, if you need. But basically, anyone going into construction like this already has their land. That is always the least part of their consideration. And utilizing container structures, you're saving at least 30% on the cost. That's versus if you're doing a 2-bedroom build versus a conventional 2-bedroom build, you'll be saving about 30%. And the bigger you go, the cheaper it gets. For a structure like this, you're looking at between 2 million and 2.5 million. You don't need a roof. For a regular house, you need a roof. This one you can just start immediately. Once you have your container structure, you can start cutting out your windows, cutting out your doors. I believe you don't even need any kind of experience to do this stuff. It's so easy in the sense that the structure it's already a box. It's already what you're going to work with. The only thing you need to do now is just cut it up or design it to what you feel. So if you were someone that needed a space like this, you could actually go source yourself a container, call yourself a POP guy, call yourself a plumber, call yourself an electrician, tell them, look, I want this space to look like this picture. And within a couple of weeks, you can do it. So it's something anyone can do. You can, DIY building, you can build DIY now and not really think about, oh, I have no expertise or I have no contractor to do this. Anyone can actually pick up this stuff and do it. And I believe that is where Nigeria needs to go. That's where Lagos needs to go when it comes to solving the housing or property issue that we may have. Now, with structures like this, I mean, with units like this, you can build, you know, temporary housing, single units, self-contained units within a structure like this. This is a 20-foot container unit. You could house 2 families in here. Now, within the space of 2 weeks, I can have this building ready to install and people to move in. Now, you can't do that with brick and mortar housing. So look at rebuilding the North as a whole, and look at, okay, how do we engage government, or is government going to be interested in something like this? Anyone that wants to do something with the IDPs or with what's going on in the North, this is a great way to go about it. I mean, because the economic damage and the loss of revenue that we're facing with the whole Boko Haram issue and stuff, people will not want to go there and invest or do anything of the sort or sink money of the sort. But with units like this, you can build them in Lagos and actually transport them to Benue and drop them like that in a grid pattern, and you have mobile units that, you know, people cannot destroy. You know, you can't really destroy this in the sense that it is a strong, durable material that would work. You can't choose to earn if you do not learn. I heard that somewhere, I think. You can't earn if you don't learn. There's an L in the back there that you can take out. That's the L and the earn and the learn. You need that to do anything. So learn. Go out there, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, learn. This, for me, I didn't do one bit of construction in my life. I did business administration in school, and I have no clue as to how to construct anything. I didn't pick up anything to do this, but like I said, found the good people to work with, did a bit of research of my own, and here we are. So I started this with 0. Hello guys, yes, this is a container storage unit we're building for a client with a polo, with a stables, basically. This is a tack room. We've divided this 20-foot container into 3 rooms. This is the tack room, as you can see. We are not done yet, but we have our POP up. This space is going to house saddles, horse equipment, riding equipment. It's going to house, you know, a schedule board for them to work on their horses. It's also going to be a sitting area, a chilling area, where once the client is done with riding and stuff, he can hang out with his mates, he can hang out with his colleagues. I will take you around the back also. You see some of our storage options that we've added to this unit. We have the big doors. We've kept the big doors on for security. Best thing is to always do that. We try and make sure that we keep the container as intact as possible. The more you cut off the container, the less secure it is. So you want to make sure you keep it a container and just add on what you feel or what you want to make the container look good. So we kept the doors on. Coming around the side, as you can see, we've added on some roller shutters. We also have an extractor fan up there to help with with ventilation. These units, or these 2 units, are going to be used for storing animal feed. We have roller shutters for security. As you can see, it closes up really well. Basically, that's the unit in a nutshell. This unit is a storage and recreational unit that's just going to be used on a farm, basically. So we started this unit about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks, about 3 days now. So we are just nearing completion. We're doing our finishing touches right now. But a unit like this is ready within 2 weeks. So is commercial space and some accommodation space. You can get these as quickly or ready in as little as 2 weeks. My name is Olaoluwa Bamishile, founder Tin Spaces, and you're watching Guardian TV.